Long before the age of modern finance and global markets, coins were cast in copper and carried across oceans, tokens of empire, labor, and commerce. But sometimes fortune doesn't arrive at its destination. Sometimes it sinks into silence. Tonight, we unearth a tale of lost treasure, colonial ambition, and a ship that vanished into the sea with tens of thousands of coins that wouldn't see daylight for nearly 200 years. Welcome to Echoes Untold, where history whispers and we listen. To understand the Admiral Gardner, we must first understand the world she sailed in. By the late 18th century, the British East India Company was not just a merchant concern. It was a sprawling economic empire, with its own army, navy, and territories. It had seized control of much of India's trade and politics, operating more like a sovereign state than a company. This vast operation needed a currency system. The company minted its own coins, silver rupees, copper tokens, and small denomination coins, to pay workers, soldiers, and merchants in the colonies. Many of these coins were struck in Britain, including at the famous Soho Mint in Birmingham, run by industrialist Matthew Boulton. Enter the Admiral Gardner, an East Indiaman built in 1797 to transport men, goods, and money across thousands of miles between London and the Indian subcontinent. She was named after Admiral Allen Gardner, a Royal Navy hero and MP, and built to withstand pirates, storms, and the vastness of the Indian Ocean. The Admiral Gardner was a large vessel by contemporary standards, 816 tons burthen, with thick wooden planks reinforced with iron fastenings, and armed to deter privateers. Ships like her were both merchantmen and warships, designed to defend valuable cargo against French naval threats and piracy. On previous voyages, she had journeyed to Madras, Bombay, and Calcutta, trading British goods for spices, textiles, and tea. But in January 1809, her fifth voyage would begin under ominous signs. Captain William Eastfield, a seasoned East India Company mariner, oversaw a complex and heavy cargo. Alongside commercial items like iron bars and cannons, she carried over 48 tons of copper ex-cash coins, small denomination currency designed for use in southern India. The Admiral Gardner left the Thames in late January 1809, part of a small convoy including the Britannia and brig Larkins. The ships made their way into the Channel, hugging the Kent coast, a route familiar yet deadly in winter. On the night of January 24th, a powerful storm struck. One of the worst gales in years, it lashed the coast with hurricane-force winds, thick sleet, and towering waves. Ships were tossed like toys in the surf. Visibility fell to nothing. In the chaos, Admiral Gardner was blown off course and into the Goodwin Sands, a deadly sandbank stretching 10 miles off Deal, Kent. These sands had claimed over 2,000 ships over the centuries. Unable to maneuver, she struck the sands with brutal force. The hull cracked. Water poured in. The ship's iron cargo only made her sink faster. Sailors scrambled to abandon ship. Despite heroic efforts by nearby lifeboats and local rescuers, the Admiral Gardner broke apart. Her heavy cargo, including the copper coins, sank into the sand and mud. She was gone by morning.